my name's Seth and welcome to Measurement Tool Training. I've got 3 different sets of calipers here. We've got digital, dial, and vernier. They all are pretty much the same, just a little bit different. They all have these little scales, and all of those mean the same thing. But the first thing you want to do with your calipers is make sure that they're calibrated. So on a digital, you're going to bring it out, push it in, and you'll press the 0 button. With these dials, you have this little thimble here that'll move this guy, and you want to make sure that you're butt against this, and we're on the 0. These vernier they pretty much stay calibrated. I think there's a couple of screws that you can use to calibrate them, but most of the time those are good. So on this scale, you've got these big numbers, and that's your inch mark, and that's the same thing right here. So this is 1 inch, that would be 2 inch, that's 3 inch, and then you have these little numbers in between them, and these are your 100,000th place, or we say 100 thou as machinists, but it's the 10th place, I believe. So this is 0.1, that's 0.2, that's 0.3. So if we were to use this as an example, we know that we're at 2.5 based on where this is. So I can show you on the real thing. That's what that would look like. And then these little marks, the 10, the 20, and the 30, so on, are your 100th place. And then the little marks in between that are 1,000th. So that right there is 0.001. This right here is 0.011, and so on. So if we were to go off of this full measurement is 2 inches, 5, 1, 5. And that's a pretty number. So I'll show you this example that we have. This is at the 8 right here, so we're at 2.8, and this little dial is it's in between the 1 and the 2. So this right here is reading 2.8015. Now the digital calipers are pretty easy because it pretty much just tells you the number. See? Now you want to make sure that you're using your perpendicular on this, or parallel I think is actually the word. And you want to make sure that you're putting a little bit of pressure with your thumb here so that there's not any wiggle room when you're measuring an object. The vernier scale is a little bit different. So the 0.1 or the 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, that's the same. The 100 thous are the same, so that's 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. The only difference is this thing right here. So when you're measuring something, the little scale here is going to line up. So the first thing we look at is this 0 to line up just like on the dial calipers. So we know that we're at 1 inch 0.1, and then this is the 50th place. They go up by 25. So we know because this 0 is past the 50, that this number is going to be 5. Now you'll add this number. Well, this is going to line up with a dash over here, and you'll add whatever number you get here to this number. So this happens to line up with the 9. So we got 5, 10, right? That's 9. So we add 9 to this, 0.009, but this is the thousandths, by the way, this scale. So 1.159 is what this measurement reads. There are other ways to use calipers. So real quick, I'm going to show you how to measure an inner measurement. Okay, so an inner diameter or 2 profiles. You would use these 2 little ears, and similar to how you would use these 2, and take a measurement. So that was 380, 286, 287. You can also measure depth by using these 2 surfaces or using these 2. So I'll demonstrate that real quick. So that's 306. And then this one